Hey my friends, Coach Biggs here, your corner man for strength and vitality. Today I want to share with you probably one of the best movements, exercises that you could do with the kettlebells. Double kettlebell rack squat. Now they're a lot better than barbell squat because the barbell squat is loaded on your spine and is stabilized. I'm not saying that it doesn't have its benefit. It does have huge benefits. But if you're over 40 and you have time constraints and you want to get the most bang for your buck, this is a movement that you want. So the first thing you want to do is when you clean it, you're going to keep the elbows close, open up the hand. And when you open up that hand, the kettlebell slides right in the position where it needs to be. You're going to put the L of the kettlebell right in the L of your hand. Let them slide into place. From there, you'll stack the handles, interlock the fingers. And what you really want to do is not wing it out here and then it's holding on your shoulders. It becomes an entirely different thing. What we want to do is squeeze those shoulder blades together, engage in the lats and the scapulas, pull them back and down. Interlock your fingers. What this is going to do, that's going to engage the core and put pressure on that diaphragm. I know it's uncomfortable, but that's where the magic happens. Everybody knows that gains do not happen in comfort. So yes, there we are. Also, it's going to be pulling me forward right here. It's not loaded on my spine like a barbell. So as it pulls me forward, I have to engage my posterior chain, all the big muscles in my back, which is going to help with your posture and reduce pain. From there, what we're going to do is we're going to drop down into a squat. So what you want to do is have your feet with your toes pointed forward. Sometimes you can slightly point them out. It depends on the length of your femurs and how the bone's shaped in the socket. But generally, you want to have your toes pointed forward, feet about hip width apart. And we want to think about at least getting 90 degrees in that knee. Reason being, that's quality of life. Every single chair, toilet, everything is at least 90 degrees, but ideally we want to get that butt to the ground, working the full range of motion of that quad. If you can't get there, then just go light and start out light. And then what you're doing at the bottom, you're going to hold it at the bottom and it's going to be like a weighted stretch. So much benefits. So again, when you do the rack, you want to stack that wrist above your elbow right here. So you don't want to bend your wrist and holding it right here. That causes wrist impingement, and that's going to cause more problems in the long run than benefits. So what you want to do is just like fighting right here. So my hands are up and you're going to rack the kettlebells just like this. Rack them here, elbows tight to your body, squeeze the shoulder blades together, engage that core just like if I was fighting. Boom, bracing. Bracing is what you do. Like if I was going to punch you in the stomach, it surrounds that spine and enforces it so that way you don't hurt the spine. All right, so here's what it's going to look like. All right, so here's what it's going to look like. I generally like to rotate them backwards and having my thumbs pointed backwards because that allows me to get my hands deeper into my hips to allow more hip power transfer from my hip. Keep those elbows tight to your body and a loose grip. You don't want to have it out here and have that really long arc. That's when it's going to smack your arms and cause trauma. What you want to do is have it really tight right here, a really tame arc. And then when it's floating in the air, you're just going to punch your hands through. And make sure your hands are open because you don't want to have them closed and you have the handles and you bring them together. That's smarts. All right, so here we go. Flat back, pull it into your hips, elbows tight, open those hands. See right here, you can smash those fingers. I've seen it, it's not pretty. All right, we're gonna point our toes out forward, push your butt back, and pushing those knees out, pause. Tight core. As low as you can, pause, control. Just looking for low reps. Make sure you're corkscrewing those feet through the floor so you're externally rotating the hip. What we don't want is just to collapse. Now I over-exaggerated that, but what that does, that means that glute's not engaged. Sometimes it's just very slight like that. So you want to corkscrew those feet out, engage the glutes, and that's going to stabilize the knees. If not, you're not engaging that glute. It's going to transfer all that shear force to the opposing knee and hip. So I want you to stay strong. I want you to stay safe. All right, that concludes the double kettlebell rack squat. Huge benefit, huge ROI, worth the time. Always keep the reps low. No high rep stuff, especially if you're just learning out. All right, this is Coach Biggs. Love you guys. Stay strong, stay independent.